Okay, guys, I just wanted to reach out and let you know about the new format of the new exam, and then give you an idea of give you an overview of how we're going to study with without being able to meet as a regular class. So due to the quarantine, so the format of the new exam first. So this year, the AP statistics exam will look different than you were expecting. As we're all in quarantine due to COVID-19, the College Board has decided to update the format and content of the test to fit an online testing format. So you're going to take the test online, um, and College Board will show you how to do that through their program. They're creating a program right now which will allow you to do that, and we'll talk more about that a little later. So the test is you'll have 45 minutes to take the exam online, and it will cover only units 1 through 7. So units 1 through 7, we use chapters, but College Board uses units. So units 1 through 7, we finished almost all of 1 through 7. So 1 through 7, we finished almost all of it. The only things that we didn't finish were the chapter 10. So chapter 10 was the end of um, the units that we needed to cover. Okay, so the other chapters that we didn't get to will not be covered on the test. So the next chapters 11 and 12 were 8 and 9 down here with chi-square and inference using slopes. Those will not be covered. So really, we were able to get through 99% of what's going to be on the test. Okay. So what will the test look like? Well, normally the test is 45 questions, multiple choice, 6 free response. So over 50 questions, over 3.5 hours. This year, the test will only have 2 questions on it. Okay, so the test will only have 2 questions, and they'll both be they'll both be free response. So question 1 is multi-focused. So what that means is it's going to cover 2 or more units. So as you can see the units here, these are the unit 1 we covered in chapters 1 and 2. Unit 2 we covered in chapter 3 of our book. Unit 3 is chapter 4 of our book. Unit 4 is chapter 6, 7, and 8 in our book. Chapter 9 is unit 5. And then 6 and 7 are chapters 10 and 11. Or sorry, chapter 10, I believe. I've got to double check that. I'll put that on the PowerPoint that I attach. But I believe. So we've covered everything. So units 1 through 9 or almost everything, I should say. Units 1 through 7 are chapters 1 through 10 in our book. Okay. So question 1 will be 25 minutes. Okay. So it'll have a couple parts to it. It's worth 55% of your grade. Okay. Question 2, it should say Q2. Question 2 will also be a multi-focused free response question. This one will be shorter. It's only 15 minutes. It's worth 45% of your score. Again, it might cover 2 or more units. There will be no investigative task. We hadn't really gotten to an investigative task. Investigative task is really a fancy way of saying a long free response question. Every year, the last free response question was always an investigative task, something that was a longer question, had multi-parts, had 5, 6, 7 parts to it. Luckily, we won't have to worry about that. So your formula sheet that you have, or that I will attach a formula sheet as well, and then also your tables. You're going to be able to use those. Calculators are allowed, but not required. So because they're not required, I don't think you're going to need them. So a regular calculator will do just fine. Okay. So when is our test? Well, they pushed our test back. They pushed our test back about a week. So our test is May 22nd. It's the Friday, May 22nd at 11 a.m. Pacific time. That's what the time zone we're in. So 11 a.m. And again, it's only going to be 45 minutes. So wherever you are in the world, everyone will be taking it at the same time, unless you've been approved by College Board to take it in June. But you have to go through school process, and the school has to ask for permission. So if that hasn't happened, usually that's not going to be possible. So May 22nd. So it gives us a little over a month to review. And that's what we plan on doing. You'll take it online. College Board will release a practice simulation of their online test program within the next few weeks. And I'll send that to you guys to get you used to using the program. Okay. While we're reviewing for the test. So a couple things. A couple of you reached out saying, Mr. Flores, how do I study? What's the best way since, we're not in a traditional classroom setting? Well, just a couple of studying pointers. Most of you guys already know this, but just to kind of reinforce it. So create a study space. So create a space where you're comfortable, where you feel productive, and you can actually get some work done. Not just for this class, but for all classes. Just create a space and try to stay consistent. Organize your study materials. So anything, your notes that you have, I will try to post the notes from throughout the year just in case you're missing some. So make sure everything's organized so you know where to find it. Plan designated times for studying. So kind of make a plan to study either once a day, every other day, half hour, whatever it is, to study just AP statistics. Okay. Because if you have a plan, it's easier to stay on plan. Okay. Decide on an accountability plan. So accountability plan, how are you holding yourself accountable? Set goals. This is the amount of hours I want to study for AP statistics in a week and try to hit it. Okay. And then the only other thing that I would suggest is practice. Even if you're getting questions wrong or you're missing things, it's okay. The more practice, the better. You will get better as you practice more. So even if you're done with the work I've assigned on Google Classroom, that's the first thing you should do. There's other options. Albert.io has a great bank of questions. Don't wait for me to assign them. You can just go on there and use them, even though they're multiple choice problems, and you won't have any multiple choice problems on the 2020 AP test. It's still a great practice. Barron's test prep book is a great resource for extra problems. You can find that on Amazon or Target has those. That's a great resource. You don't need it, but it is if you are looking for extra resources. And then it says May 12th, that should be 22nd. So not the 12th, it should be the 22nd. Let's see, change that. Oh, well, I'll change it on the slide that I attach. Okay, so right now we're on the week of March 20th. So we're on this week right here. Okay, so we have a test, our last individual test coming up. So I'm going to post that on the Monday. It'll be due on Wednesday. So it'll be multiple choice part of it, free response part of it. I'll show you it's going to be online, of course. And yeah, so this week you should be practicing. You should be practicing for chapter 10 with the practice test that I posted. Okay, so starting next Thursday after that, we're going to start our review. We've already started part of our review. We reviewed chapters 1, 2, and 3. So starting on the 30th, we're going to do chapter 4 review. That's the designing studies and experiments. And then the 4th through the 6th is probability. That's chapters 6, 7, and 8. And then inference will be the last. Inference is everything we've done with confidence intervals and hypothesis tests. Okay, that'll be the last thing. And then the last thing after that, at the review, we'll just give you some practice tests to do on your own. And then the 11th will be test day. So what I want to do is just to reach out to you guys to let you know kind of the plan for the AP exam. So our focus right now is, again, getting ready for that test and doing the best you can on the test. It's only 2 questions, so it's not going to be a lot, but it's just going to be, are you prepared? And if we do these things, you guys will be more than prepared. So again, if you need anything, reach out to me, please. Email me with questions about anything that you're studying. I can make videos to try to help you out. Anything like that I can do. I am more than willing to do that. Just let me know. Okay, so have a great day, and